Welcome to the Oakville Curling Club, home of the World Left-Handers and host of the 2022 Canadian Under-18 Curling Championships. My name's Danielle Inglis, and I am joined in the booth by Owen Henry, who is currently competing in this championship as second for Team Ontario 2. Welcome, Owen.
Thanks, Danielle. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, we're excited for what you're going to bring to this game and all the insights since you've been out on the ice all week.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And in our feature matchup here in the Consolation C1 final, we have Team Newfoundland Labrador representing the Remax Curling Center in St. John's, Newfoundland, taking on Team Manitoba 1 from the Neepawa Curling Club.
Can we start?
And we'll introduce you to the team as we get underway in this championship. It will be Manitoba with the hammer in this first end. Throwing lead rocks for Team Newfoundland Labrador, we have Kate Young.
All the way.
The entire team been together for a couple years, and they are two-time under-16 and two-time under-18 provincial gold medalists. Fun fact about Kate is that she's a multi-sport athlete. She also plays rugby.
I think we're hard. Really great shoot.
Throwing lead rocks for Team Manitoba, we have Madison Sagert. Madison placed first at the Under-15 Manitoba Games. She's also made multiple provincial appearances at U18s and U21s. She's attending the University of Regina for the Bachelor of Kinesiology this fall.
God, that's so gross.
So we were starting off this end, what looked like it would be target practice, but now we have a garden play.
Yes, and that's enjoyable. It's exciting for us. We're going to get a couple more rocks in play, and even if we do end up being a bit more cleaner of an end, it'll be a little more interesting for us here for at least the next few shots.
So now I have to ask, every single game on this broadcast we've seen a wide open end, minus this one, but it was sort of, we'll call it by mistake. They wanted to roll that one in. Are there any teams out here who start off aggressive in the first end, or is everyone blanking?
From what we've seen pretty clean first ends, and that's kind of what we'd like to do as well. Throughout the week, we had a bit of our skip. He got a little sick and wasn't able to continue on the rest of the event, so we brought our alternate in. So he came, called the game, and threw third rocks, which is usually what Harry does for our team. So Jack, he said, I'd really like if we were able to keep the first end clean, kind of get me in, get me situated. And that's what we did, and it worked. I mean, if I didn't flash my peel in the first end this game, it would have been a blank first end. And yeah, we were able to just kind of ease our way in, and we've seen that from pretty much everybody we've played against.
All right. Also bring up timing for this, each team getting 30 minutes of thinking time for 8 ends of play, plus 2 90-second timeouts with the coaches. You can also chat with your coaches between the ends too. You'll see in the background that the coaches are sitting on the backboards, keeping nice and toasty warm.
Well, maybe not keeping quite toasty warm, but as the game goes on, they will get a little colder.
Trying their best anyways. Throwing second stones for Team Newfoundland Labrador is Tatay Penny. She's a multi-sport athlete playing soccer for 10 years, and her fun fact listed under 5 feet tall.
Really great shoot.
Great weight, got a piece buried, but still available for Team Manitoba to remove.
Got it.
Second, Tessa Tarek for Team Manitoba. This is her first national appearance. And her fun fact is that she lives on a farm and she only has 5 kids in her class in grade 11.
Wow. I don't know if I've ever had a class that small.
That's pretty specialized.
Okay, so 360.
So we talked about the weights on earlier broadcasts that players are using out there, and because of how active and reactive the rocks and the ice are, seeing teams, a lot of teams taking their weight down there. Talk to me about what, or we don't want to give away your team's secrets, I suppose, but talk to me more about your thought process around that.
Yeah. We over the year we have kind of brought our weight down naturally. We've been playing in a lot of curling clubs where it's been straighter ice, and so we've kind of got comfortable with that kind of 10-5 to board weight kind of hit weight, and it's just it's a good comfort level for us. And we like to throw the high hard one when we can, but definitely comfortable with the softer weight. And on this ice, it seems to curl a little bit more. You see a little bit of curl. It seems really weight sensitive, the ice, and it's a great surface to play on. Great surface to play on.
Now's a good time to give that shout out to Scott Foster and his crew here at the Oakville Curling Club. Hard workers making great ice all week long.
Yeah, it's been great all week.
Throwing third stones for Team Newfoundland and Labrador, we have Katie Pettigrew. And her fun fact is that she's danced for 11 years.
It's a good fun fact. My sister is actually in a dance competition this weekend, so once we're done here, we're headed to Brantford, and we'll watch her tomorrow and then Sunday as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're a good, supportive brother.
Well, I try my best.
Well, with that rollout, Team Manitoba is now able to play a come around those guards on the center line. And it will be third, Cassidy Dundas. She has made multiple provincial appearances in the U18 and U21s, along with Madison. And they were so excited to make it to nationals. And this is really interesting. She lives in a place so small, it isn't called a town. And she's a grade 11 student there who also plays softball and volleyball. Imagine that. So small.
I'm a big city guy myself. I enjoy the activity of the city. So
big city of London?
Yeah.
420.
You need lots of people there.
Yeah, exactly.
407. Back 8. Needs to do it. Back 8. You're a back 8, back 12.
We're out there a little bit right now.
So we hear Team Newfoundland using kind of the back line to T line, or the back line to hog line split for judging their weight and stuff. Is that something that your team does, Danielle, or?
It depends on the teammate. I think one or two do. I know I'll use it initially for the 3 rocks draw the button at the beginning of a game because I have nothing else to go off of. If we haven't been able to get a time hog to hog on any other rocks thrown first. So I'll use that quick and then flip over to long time.
Yeah,
good question. Do you guys use that one?
I think my one teammate uses it semi-frequently, our lead, to help him judge the weight. But yeah, we primarily use hog to hog in our conversations and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's nice because that gives you a cleaner look at the ice without any sort of pull, push, or change there.
Exactly.
Not to mention a longer time, less human error.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll stop in time, slides just to the back button, so just leaving enough space for Team Newfoundland Labrador to make the freeze. And throwing our skip stones for Team Newfoundland Labrador, we have Kaylee Locke.
This is a hair less than Katie's.
And her other sport is golf.
Yeah, hair less. Fine.
Okay.
Are you a golfer as well, Owen?
Yes, I am, Danielle. I've been to a couple provincial championships. I was also in a national championship actually at the end of last season, kind of Thanksgiving weekend. So I'm switching gears here tomorrow to the golf season. It's going to be exciting.
So you're never not competing in something.
Exactly. Love the competitive atmosphere, and in the past it's been where I've had a bit of a break, kind of that month-long break, but with the Nationals being a little later this year, it's extended my season, and there's no time off, and it's just going to be great to keep the competitive juices flowing.
Well, hopefully we get some better weather for you here in Ontario. It's been a little cold, a little wet.
Yeah, but I've been out a couple times, and it's been all right. It's been all right.
Oh, so you're a hardcore golfer.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, with that rock slipping to the back, Team Manitoba if they can get one right in here in top 4 area, in behind those guards, it's going to be really tough for Team Newfoundland to try to cut them down. We have a throwing skip rocks for Team Manitoba. We have Zoe Tarek, and she's made it to the Under-18 and Under-21 provincials for the past 5 years. This is her first national championships appearance. And her fun fact is that it's her first year as a skip. Seems to be working out really well. Patience waiting for the curl. You need that to get over. Great weight. But that, as you can see, that's left the door open a bit.
We're definitely second shot. But they get the yellow-red tap for like, a lot.
So red is saying second shot at the back here, and the call is to come around the yellow in the top. Might have to be a little careful with this one, especially in this spot. You don't ever want to get into a situation where you're making a shot for them, tapping it up. And it looks like there's a timeout being called already here in the first end. We have Coach Kevin Patterson coming down to chat with the team, and we'll listen in a moment. But a very accomplished coach, coached at U21 Territorial Men's Championships in Yukon, U21 Provincial Champs in Nova Scotia, Men's Champs in Nova Scotia, and U18 Ladies Champs in Nova Scotia. Let's listen in.
I'd love to get in on that one, but I don't think there's a way to get in later. Do you think we play this ever?
You think you can get to it?
I definitely think we can get to it.
You got the whole round.
The only thing I don't love about it is this.
You think you can get to it and get by the red?
You mean here?
Yeah.
We'll need like 4.
Right now, I think like.
I mean, even if we go like this, that's what's happening if you hit it nose.
If you think you can avoid the jam on the red, I like getting to the inside of this because leaving them a tough shot for two, they can do it.
Yeah,
But I think that's a better than trying to hit a small piece of the
I agree. Okay, do you like 4? Like 4?
All right, so coach comes out and talks to them, talks them into the hidden roll with about 4 weight off of this shot. So your thoughts on this, Owen?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what they were doing before the timeout. I think they were planning the draw around the yellow one. I mean, seems to me like it's about 6 to 1, half dozen the other. They look like they're going to have a shot for 2 here either way. Yeah, we'll see if it's a good call after the execution here for sure.
Again, same kind of thing that we were talking about before. Got to avoid that jam. That's pretty critical.
Yeah.
Because it is a lonely red rock in there right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Close, little up, little up.
Kate! Let's get it the other way, let's get it the other way!
Unfortunately, it's that jam we talked about.
Yeah.
So this will be a hit for 4 for Team Manitoba.
Yes, that's sometimes what can happen when it's just that lonely red rock in there.
It's tough, even for those ones. Having seen the team in action in a previous game, know that the lower weight, they're still not quite comfortable with it, but they were talking about board for that shot. I think once you get comfortable, a better weight for that would be more like a hack.
Yeah, for sure.
Backline situation. But here we go, last rock and 1. Team Manitoba hitting for 4.
10, here's off.
Yep. Whoa.
Clean.
Here's those words you like to hear. Clean it in, and that is good for 4. So big start for Team Manitoba in the first end. Now here at the Oakville Curling Club, we have 6 other sheets of ice in action. We'll update you between every end. And right now, starting on the girls' side, we have a blank end in the game against BC number 2, Quebec number 2. Team Alberta won, forced to the single in N1 over Team BC number 1. And then the other games are still underway in the first end, as are the ones on the boys' side. But we'll make sure to update you between ends, and you can also check them out on curling.ca/scoreboard. So if you're a Team Newfoundland and Labrador right now, Owen, what's the game plan for N2?
I think we need to get aggressive here, throw up a corner, maybe a couple corners. But really understanding the bail point is important because it's early in the game still. If you're going to give up a 4, you want to do it in the first end. And yeah, just get a little bit more aggressive. If you're able to pick at it away slowly, kind of get your deuce force, and it's a whole different ball game kind of thing.
Love that positive spin on it. And really, that's all you can do in this case. Just kind of shake off that first end, and really, like you said, if you're going to do it in the first when you have a lot of ends left to play.
Exactly.
Which is actually kind of a good reason why you might want to start mixing up in the beginning, earlier on in the ends. We've seen a few games with several blank ends, but if you dropped a 4 in, say, the 4th end, it's a little bit tougher to come back than if you drop in the first. But we see Team Newfoundland Labrador kicking it off with a corner guard. Now, even though Team Manitoba has a 4-point lead, like you pointed out, it's early so far. And with the 5-rock free guard zone rule, their offense is sometimes your best defense, and that's what we're seeing here with the guard being called.
Seems like this one's coming into the house. Kind of what I was expecting. Oh, never mind. The real important thing was to get that rock on the center line. So.
Which they did, and
exactly.
There you go. In it is.
Yeah.
So they are electing to play the hit on this one, and in order to take full advantage of free guard zone and trying to keep rocks in the guard position, they really want to keep this out of the house on the roll.
Yeah.
Really sweeping this hard to get a piece and to get by their own. And unfortunately, that will go by. Sometimes that happens too when you're trying to be too perfect or too precise with any sort of roll.
Exactly.
Now Manitoba can essentially use that rock that's biting the top 4 as a guard, or top 12 as a guard.
Exactly.
So we've got to hear all the dirt from you too in this game. What are some of the things that you can tell us about what's going on out there that we don't get to see or experience as people not on the ice? Like, what kind of things are happening out there? What are some factors influencing the crowd, the ice? What's going on out there?
Yeah, the ice surface is great, and the Oakville Curling Club did a really good job making it feel like a national championship. Like, you even got the blue carpet out there and the black drapes around and the scoreboards. It's a really cool atmosphere to be a part of. It's my first time with people in the stands on the ice, and that's cool too. We had good support from our fellow Team Ontario teammates on the girls' side, and we had a couple battles of Ontario with the boys' side, so they didn't come over to support us as much, but they were here in the stands, and yeah, it's cool to look over, see people with signs cheering you on, and the bells, the whistles, whatever it is after you make a shot. It is a cool feeling, and there was a couple times this week where I did get chills down my back out there, and it's just a really cool environment. Even after our tough loss this afternoon, all I wanted to do was just be out there and soak in the atmosphere, because it's really cool and makes me really want to get back to one of these.
That's awesome. And I'm glad to hear you talking about soaking in the atmosphere, because that's the biggest thing with the national championship. You never know when you're going to get back to one.
Exactly.
So you might as well take full advantage, appreciating it. So that's great to hear. And do you find, has it been fun getting to spend some time with the other competitors, even if it's maybe not in as close proximity as you usually might pre-COVID?
Yeah, and it's great. We've made lots of friends as a team, individually, from all across the country, and that's a really cool thing. You got here at the U18 level and even the U21 level, you kind of hear about jersey swaps. So you've heard rumblings around, and we swap our jerseys, keep our jackets, but swap our jerseys with some of our new friends from across the country, and it's pretty cool to be able to have a keepsake from someone else and just be able to look back on it and say this was a really cool experience. And I think it'll carry a little bit more weight for me because it's the first one, and I really hope I can get back to more. And yeah, I think it's a great atmosphere, and all the friends that we've been able to make along the way is great.
That's fantastic. So your jerseys are all spoken for now.
Yep, I have one for sure, and then a couple ideas where that second one's going, so we'll figure it out eventually.
And those are be the ones you remember forever. Absolutely. And that was a beautiful double takeout by Team Newfoundland and Labrador. Let's have another look at that.
Great job.
Love that positive reinforcement from the teammates. You know what you need when you're down in points? You really need those kind of big shots to bring the morale back up.
Exactly.
We're not exactly at a TSN turning point right now, but that's at least a good start.
Exactly. And a nice hit and roll there from Manitoba to avoid the jam, and a little bit of an overall, but it's definitely better than it was having that Red Rock in the top 12.
Now, we've seen Team Newfoundland Labrador, their comfort zone is more the hitting game rather than the drawing game, and they can make this hit and roll perfect. They'll get themselves into a nice spot. Unfortunately, just a bit of a rollout, but they almost got the double.
Sorry. Low up.
Now, of course, Manitoba up 4. They know the only way that Newfoundland and Labrador are going to score some points is with that guard, so making it go away. And just flies by.
Yeah. Okay, I like 420.
So the call is to go in behind. Well, they did indicate T-line, but we might want to think about putting that a little higher in the house. T-line, because of how much the ice curls. T-line is still very accessible with some backline hack weight if it was on the tee.
Yeah, for sure. And throughout the week on my team, we've kind of realized that and been trying to bring that sweep it a little less kind of thing. And as a sweeper myself, I've learned to sweep it a little less and leave it a little higher in the house.
So you're the goer on the team.
There's always actually not. Actually not. It's our lead is definitely the sweep or no sweep type of guy, but no. Together we sometimes are able to go a little bit too far.
You know what happens to the best of us over there.
Yeah, we enjoy sweeping. So any more that we can do, we just love it.
That's great, especially when you're playing 6 round robin games plus a whack load of playoff games here.
Exactly.
Because we should mention that there are 42 teams here, 21 of each gender, plus everyone makes playoffs, and so you're seeded into the playoffs based on your round robin record. So no one is out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just keep playing and playing and playing until the very, very end.
Yeah, and it's really cool to have those extra games, and it's nice to be able to still enjoy the environment and enjoy everything about a national championship. That it's a different curling event, and it's a really special thing. So it's great that they're able to continue the playoffs for everybody, and it's a really cool environment.
So you're playing in the championship consolation final tomorrow. Are you feeling any pressure about that?
No, the big goal for us was obviously a medal, and we had a really close game in the quarterfinals, and you never can argue when it comes to last rock, and when that run back hit, we all thought that we had made the shot, and so you can't argue with that, and we were happy with our performance. Obviously, we won a few shots back, but we're really excited for tomorrow and going to enjoy every moment that we have left here in our first national championship together.
Awesome.
We got almost all the yellow. Kind of like Pathfinder. Back 8, wait, tap.
Now with that draw attempt going deep and not quite finding the curl, Team Newfoundland Labrador can play a hit.
No, I wasn't really watching.
They do want to try to get a roll over to the left-hand side, the other side of the forefoot. Of course, needing to stay shot second or first shot. But they just don't, as you just heard, don't really want to leave it nose, might leave a double.
So stay, you're on it. I got the roll. Don't worry.
Here we go with Kaylee Locke's first rock here in N2.
Yeah. Lot of rotation. 10-5, 10. Oh, you. Keep going. Oh, you. Rock coming up. Got 11-15.
And they did end up nosing it, which wasn't what they wanted. However, as you can see there, it'd be tough to fully double them out.
Yeah, I think they got pretty close to the guard there, so it'll be pretty tough for Manitoba to get even to the inside of this rock, especially with enough weight to get rid of the second rock.
You like sitting on it or hitting it? You could, you just threw it.
How much can you see of it? How much can you see of it?
Well, there are two options here, Owen. There's the draw that was called here. Also talked about the hit. Talk us through those options.
Yeah, I think it's a look at the scoreboard type of situation, and I mean, she's totally comfortable with this draw. She just threw it, and they seemed comfortable as a team. So, I mean, sometimes the strategy, it looks like we're switching back to the hit. So, I think that this is, personally, my opinion would be this is the better call, judging that the score is 4-0 here.
Because hitting us, most you're giving up is 2, taking back the hammer, and if you said I'd be up 2 with the hammer going into the third end, most people are pretty happy with that.
Exactly.
Last rock for Team Manitoba in N2, Team Newfoundland Labrador with the hammer.
Hard.
Big scrub to get this by the guard. And they do. Whew.
It's a great shot, and it'll leave a tough one for Newfoundland here. And
because of how close they got to that guard, they got a pinch more buried. It's also just a hair higher, so they have to keep an eye out on that jam.
I'm throwing that same weight.
What?
I'm throwing that same weight.
Same weight?
Yeah.
Okay, throw the same weight, throw the same rotation.
Okay.
I like the comment, not only same weight, but same rotation, because that changes things,
We have to
momentum.
hold it anyway.
More rotation, more momentum it will have.
11:15.
Also, track different on the ice, and of course they need everything to be the same in order to pick up those 2 points, have the right line.
For sure, and that's the benefit of having the same person throw twice. You usually can get a little different people throwing, and that's good. She's throwing the same shot twice.
Last rock, N2, Team Newfoundland playing the hit for the deuce. Oh, goodness. That was a toughie there, catching the outside. So it's a steal of 1 for Team Manitoba in N2, and they will have a 5-0 lead heading into N3. Now again, another quick look across the ice.
11:62.
It is still scoreless in the game. BC number 2, Quebec number 2. BC 1 is up 3-1 over Alberta 2. In the All-Ontario battle, it is Team Ontario 1 up 2-0 over Team Ontario 2. And Saskatchewan 1 up 1-0 over PEI. Now on the boys' side, we are waiting for it to load, and we have people standing in front of the scoreboard, but make sure you check out the website when you have a moment, curling.ca/scoreboard.
Make sure you're here.
So third end here, Newfoundland, again,
Yeah, you gotta be
with
here.
the hammer in this end. They were trying to get something going, didn't quite execute it. But what are your thoughts on what they'll need to be looking to do this end?
I think it's the similar strategy that you're throwing up the corner guard, trying to keep the play to the wings. You may considering being a little more aggressive here now that we're in N3 and down that extra point. But it's still one of those that if you get your deuce, you steal a point here or there, or you're able to force and kind of just pick away at it. Obviously, it's a little tougher than a 4-point deficit, but still very doable.
Absolutely. I mean, a 3 could go a long way in this
Exactly,
case. Big
exactly.
3.
Okay, just your line.
All right, you got it.
And a quick look at the boys' scores. We've got, it's a tie game, 2-all. Team Newfoundland Labrador 2, Team Quebec. And in the Northern Ontario Saskatchewan game, it is Saskatchewan with a 3-1 lead.
9-3. Same thing.
Now, we've talked a lot in the other broadcasts about all the amazing opportunities there are for curlers and young curlers coming up. So not only is this championship in existence, you have under 21s, under 25 is coming, you've got college, university, also high school. You're was it a 3-time high school city champ?
Yeah, 3-time high school city champ. It was kind of funny. Grade 9, I got 3 of my buddies to come out, try out for the curling team. Kind of taught them how to curl. They were kind of natural athletes. One guy had thrown a couple rocks in his short career there, and we just went out. And it was, for me, it was a out that I was still able to practice, enjoy my curling, but have a lot of fun doing it with my buddies. And we ended up figuring out the strategy and doing pretty well for ourselves. And once we won that first one, it was kind of underdog story a little bit, and they got super excited, wanted to be back. We ended up qualifying for OFSA right before COVID hit. And then again in grade 12, we came back and really hoping to get to that OFSA championship, but because of COVID again, it was canceled. But we were able to finish the season off with a win in the city championship, and we were really proud of our high school careers on the curling team.
Yeah, that's incredible, and I think it's great when you introduce new people to the sport.
Exactly.
It takes people like you to be like, hey guys, let's go try something new.
Yeah.
I mean, there are programs out there too, like Rocks and Rings. There are a few players here who they got their start there, so it wasn't quite often you hear about started because a family member curled, but now you're hearing more stories. Oh, hey, I started curling on my school's gym floor and then got excited, wanted to try it, and went that next step. There's also some other exciting developments. Curling Canada is developing a new singles curling app, and it's for youth curlers. It's designed to enable youth curlers from across Canada to compete as individuals. And you're throwing an array of hit and draw shots, which are then evaluated and archived in a personal profile. So the idea is that these results populate the Canada-wide leaderboard with levels of difficulty segmented by age group. So under 15, under 18, under 21, under 25. So very exciting about this and being adopted. So make sure to check that out. And it's a subscription-based app designed for competition and training. So just a little something that you can do on your own. You can also do it with your team. And it's available in Canada on both iPhones and Androids.
It's a pretty cool new development. I had never heard of that until you just mentioned it there, Danielle. So that's a pretty cool development, and it'll be interesting to see how that works out. And definitely a big eye-opener for me coming to this national championship of the skill set across the entire country. And so maybe that'll enable a little bit more exposure to everyone of the talent and the level of competition across the country.
Hey, and you could have some competitions against some of these people you've been playing against all week. You could do it throughout the season.
Exactly.
Oh, now she's smiling. What? She's smiling now. Want to try back line? Or you just let it sit?
Now, Team Newfoundland has their one buried. Still is available for a hit. There's a piece open. It's starting to generate some points.
Back line. Good back line. Yep. Whoa. Good back line. Coming. Almost past.
And nicely done. That was nice, calm hack weight. You can see just that beautiful finish, and was able to stick the shooter around as well. So we're playing the hit on the rock in the back 8, and what are your thoughts on this and some potential options for the team?
Yeah, I think with strategy, you can, if you execute the shot, it's usually a pretty good result kind of thing. But I feel like in this situation, might be playing the draw around the red rock a little bit safer. That even if you make it perfect, the other team would be running your rock in or having to freeze instead of running their own rock in, which is usually a little bit bigger margin for error kind of thing.
I think you bring up a good point too, which is you got to think about where you're leaving your opposition.
Exactly.
That's one of the biggest things, and that takes time to develop too. That you've got to play so many games to then be able to put yourself in that mindset. And also thinking about your opposition and what kind of shots they're able to throw too. So if that's one that's available to them, or you think they have a really good chance of making, probably don't want to leave that one.
Yeah.
And also thinking about what's the easiest shot that I could throw right now.
I think we've done this. 10.
Well, they're planning on playing the hit and roll on the one side 12, and essentially trying to roll in behind that yellow rock, using it as a guard. Oh, as you mentioned, it could be there for a run back. At least there'll be a decent amount of separation that they'll have to deal with.
Hard to keep it, Kate. Hard.
Got the roll. Will it stick around? So it will stick around in behind the guard. We still have yellow as shot rock. I'm going to take a look at that, and that's the confirmation, but it is behind guard.
Can I ever do this? If I'm back? Yeah?
I think the conversation here is with the rock being behind the guard, they're going to play the draw, but definitely have access to that back one for sure, with the guard being so long and that rock being so far back in the house.
Again, we're thinking we're down to Skip's rocks now too, so they can really put some pressure on if they leave it in the top here, because then it says to Newfoundland, okay, now what are you going to do? And how are you going to generate your deuce? Or even 3. They do have one in the back there that could come into play, but it could really put some pressure on with a nicely placed rock right now. It's going to have to be a big scrub to get it there. And it will not quite make it there and come up short.
We can move like that one on the wall. I'd rather get one there, yeah. You like this?
And I still hop on one foot, almost down.
So I really like this call, Owen. The call, as far as you know here, is to come around the guard.
420.
I think so. If you're able to leave this kind of top 4, maybe biting the 4, top 8 kind of thing, that should put it in a really good spot, put some pressure on Team Manitoba, and then I think you're just, as Newfoundland, you're just looking for your deuce here, and if you get a miss, then exploring the option of 3.
So this is the first skip rock for Kaylee Locke here in N3.
Back for 10 out there. Nice eye. Right now, we're back 4, back 8. Coming down. Hard to say. It's all there.
I tapped that yellow rock.
And that will stop splitting the T line.
Good.
And look at that, it even has a nice overberry too.
So I just thought we just did this way. I haven't seen that.
So it'd be tough to follow Newfoundland Labrador down and get shot, so Team Manitoba electing to play the intern come around.
This kind of reminds me of earlier in our game in the 7th end, we were tied 5-5, and we played the whole end, and we were setting up good early. We had a key miss. They kind of took control. They had one right on the button behind a couple guards. We had no way of getting rid of it, and my skip calls the draw to the 4 foot, and I thought we were kind of just trying to cap them off, force them to 1. And then we get down there, sweeping the rock, made the shot, and they start kicking rocks off, and I'm like, and they're like, oh no, we had hammer that whole time. And I'm like, oh, okay, guess I should pay a little bit more attention here, guys. It would have been a little bit different of a sweep, I'm pretty sure, if I had realized that. But maybe it helped me be a little bit more calm down the ice, sweeping that rock.
You know what, everybody's allowed at least one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think we have to miss it this time.
right. John, top of that for 2, I think.
So this will be a draw for 2 for Team Newfoundland and Labrador. Even have a pinch of backing, but all they need is a piece of the forefoot, which is easier said than done from up here. We're making all the shots up here, aren't we, Owen?
Yeah, oh, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. When you're just visualizing it in your head, it's always made, right, Danielle?
Which is exactly what you should do before each shot, so it happens too, right?
Exactly.
I mean, curling's easy. You just hit the broom with the right weight.
Exactly.
But we just want to make sure.
Nothing more to it than that.
Because last one was like a 407.
Just with a consolation C1 final on the line. Here we go with the last rock in N3. Team Newfoundland Labrador drawing for their deuce.
Pretty close left. You're back 4, back 8. Back 4. Lot of weight. Really got to move. Only ever you. Did she put it out?
And just too much weight. It'll go by the backing. So it is 1 point for Team Newfoundland Labrador in the third end. Team Manitoba with a 5-1 lead and the hammer heading into N4.
But the positive thing there is they're on the board and looking to get on the steel train here.
Absolutely. There's something to be said for stopping the bleeding a bit.
Exactly.
Now, having a look across the sheets, we have Quebec 2 at the deuce in the second end, up 2-0 over Team BC 2. Team British Columbia with a 3 in N2. They're up 3-1 over Team Alberta 1. Battle of Ontario. Ontario 1 steals 1 in the second end, so they're up 3-0 over Team Ontario 2. Team Saskatchewan continuing to lead PEI 1-0. And on the boys' side, and Newfoundland Labrador 2, Quebec, they're tied 2-all. And another tie in our Northern Ontario 2, Saskatchewan 2 game. Northern Ontario 2 picks up 2 points in the third end, 3-all. Team Newfoundland, they are putting up the center guard, starting to generate some offense. They're going to need some steals here.
For sure, and perfect execution of that center guard, and now we switch the pressure on to Team Manitoba.
Easy. Back to eat. If it's back, take it right through. Where? Back to eat.
Now, Danielle, I hear that you're quite the curler yourself. I hear that you've got a new team for next year. How
do.
is that? That seems super exciting.
Well, thanks, Owen. Yeah, we're really excited for our team. So, longtime league Cassandra DeGroot is playing with me. So I think this will be maybe our 8th year in a row playing together. And then we're joining forces with Cheryl Kerviazic and Kira Brunton.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we're really looking forward to hopefully making some waves on the women's circuit.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
It's always so interesting the first year after the quadrennial because pretty much every team has made changes and in a lot of cases some significant changes. So it'll be interesting to see what teams do well, what it looks like on the ice, and you've got a whole new ball game. The things you once knew perhaps about some teams are kind of out the window, and so it'll be a fun next season.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, just commenting on your team from this year, Kim Tuck, obviously. I'm a member of the Ilderton Curling Club with Kim and Wayne. We play in the doubles league. Actually, Team Ontario 2 lead Brooklyn Idison and I. We play mixed doubles against them. We were even able to squeak out a win against them this year.
Hey.
So if Kim's listening, she'll probably be cursing me right now for letting everyone know on the broadcast. But no, love Kim. She's been texting me all week and been a great supporter of both me and Brooklyn, and just a great overall lady.
She really is. She was a great addition to our team. At the end, she came out when our teammate was not able to due to work circumstances come out. She joined our team and she played with us at the provincials, and I mean, if we had a really good week, actually. The final score doesn't say that, but apparently you need to have hammer in the 8th end a few more times. Like, we should have tried that at some point, but it's always nicer trying to throw a rock for the win. But yeah, no, we really enjoyed our time with Kim. She's a great asset to the
That's
team.
awesome.
And now back to our feature sheet. We've got Team Newfoundland Labrador getting that rock on the button. Now trying to put a second one in.
It's fine. It's fine. A little light.
See,
Oh, you.
need it to curl up. Really had great weight on that one. You almost wish you could kick it over just a foot or so. Because now, again, back to thinking what you leave the opposition, you can see here there is a double available.
Yeah, but I think for Team Newfoundland, they're excited that they've been able to draw the play to the center, which is what you like when you're in the situation they're in, trying to steal, and it's good.
Really gotta go. Okay.
And there's a break for Team Newfoundland and Labrador. Team Manitoba, a bit of an uncharacteristic miss. Paulus, this is like a gift that they've been given now. And as my coach is fond of saying, you've got to unwrap the gift too. So they've gotten this gift. Let's capitalize on that miss.
Exactly. That's sometimes the biggest thing. If you don't capitalize on the miss or the gift, then what's the point of even having it, right?
It's true.
Like if I was just going to leave those gifts under that Christmas tree all wrapped up, what's the point of them being there, kind of thing?
Right?
1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2.
So they need this rock to sit down. Perhaps even a little rub off that guard could help. And they got it.
It's buried.
Oh, it is buried, so.
It's buried. I got a 459. I don't know, do you feel that? Maybe you got a peel. You got it.
So with Hammer, needing to keep the front clean, Team Manitoba playing the peel. Got one, spinning the second one in. Bit of an unfortunate break where it ended up landing and tapping Newfoundland in for third, but at the same time, the front is now a whole lot cleaner.
Shot over there.
Okay. I got a 459 on Taze.
Mine's
459. 1, 2. It's a 1, 2.
Mine's good.
It's there. It's over.
Okay, you're a little tighter now.
It's a 1.
Okay, you gotta dig. Oh, gotta stop.
Sometimes those rocks just need a little encouragement. And it will sit in time.
It's just like that golf ball in golf. You have no control over it when you're willing it to stop or spin or whatever it is, but sometimes it just makes you feel better.
So do you ever call out curling terms at the golf ball?
Not really. It's different terms for sure, but similar things go on the golf course to the curling rink.
And the double takeout being called. Team Manitoba. Needing this to curl. And it will just enough. What a beautiful shot. And we'll take another look at that one. So curls up just enough to get both the reds and spill right out of the rings. So eliminated 2 of their competitors stone, leaving only 1 as shot stone. Now Newfoundland Labrador playing the draw into the top 4.
Okay. Tag two.
All the way, girls. Line's really good.
Ooh, I'm falling.
Yes, hard.
Line's looking good. Need a big scrub.
Right to my room. Right to my room. Right to my room. Hard. Keep going.
Fantastic shot to tuck a piece around.
Wait, 428.
Team Newfoundland Labrador is really working well with their backs against the wall right now.
Exactly. They've been. This is definitely their best executing end, and sometimes some teams they just need their back up against the wall, and they can execute that a little bit better and put the pressure on the other team. So.
Back line? Yeah. You got it.
So it's a backline tap called on this rock in the top 4. Can only see a little more than half of it, so great weight selection for this.
Hair down. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Back 12. No, we close.
And a beautifully executed shot. We're seeing a lot of nice shots this end, Owen.
Yeah, it's great.
We're still shot 1. Yeah, hit roll. Hit roll. We just need to roll and still be like second or first shot.
Yeah, I got him here.
Thanks. You give me
We should be okay.
positivity.
That's good.
11? Okay. Because your last 11 was really light, so more than that.
So now the hit and roll being called by Newfoundland and Labrador.
You're on line, I'm on roll.
As you can see, they could have drawn, but they're pretty comfortable with their hits, and by removing this one, it also takes away the possibility that Manitoba could use their own to play off of.
And I think that this allows them to get a little bit more buried and put a little bit more pressure if you make it really good.
And they'll roll right off, but they're still shot rock
Oh, I got him.
in the top house.
Hit this. What do you think, do this? You don't like playing the yellow?
The coach is trying to signal for a timeout, seeing if the players will notice. Oh, and they have. So Coach Craig Tarrick will be coming out, dad of Zoe and Tessa. Let's listen in.
We hit 3/8. If we hit 3/4 of it, right? Both yellows are spinning this way. She's going to have a draw, but if she misses it, we get a it's straight over there. You guys have to believe what you're saying. So we have to give less ice. And after you mention it, so look at the ice too and help everyone out. Like when Tess is in the room is down for Tess, we need less ice. Because our error is the guard, right? And we missed it twice. So that's why we're not a little bit of trouble. Yeah. Just whatever you know the ice for, you're normal. Hit 3/4 of it, that red's gone. And we might lose that yellow, but let's hit it so that our shooter stays, right? And if we hit 3/4 to half, or probably both yellows will stay in, right? I think so. And we get tight and hit the guard, well, we're not tight, but you know.
So some good words here from Coach Craig, getting the team to play the hit, possibly sit 3 after this shot.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that the way the guard is, as long as you get by the guard, it should make this shot a little bit easier because you can't really get to the low side of the yellow.
Then along the theme of what do you leave your opposition, you're essentially, with them only having one rock left, they'd be looking at 3 yellows after this shot if it's made. And that's a lot of pressure.
Exactly, especially when you're down 5-1 and that guard is decently high, and I feel like with the amount it's curling, you can chase no matter how good you make the draw. So.
And mission accomplished.
Yeah, so even though they rolled out the shooter, it's still pretty good, because no matter what Newfoundland does here, Manitoba should have a shot on the last.
Woo.
I really like it. I really like them. I was just a bit up there. Okay.
Well, they'll definitely have a shot for the single no matter what, and depending on where this rolls, I'd be very careful with it. But if they roll it properly, they could just force to the 1, but if they leave it out, there could be a shot for 2.
Yeah, this should move pretty well then.
This is Kaylee Luck's last rock in N4. Team Manitoba with the hammer.
More than last. You got 10?
Go the other way. Go the other way.
Got more than 10.
Oh, it looks like they just got caught. You heard them talking about the roll the other way, Owen, which I think might have been the shot call there.
Yeah, I think if you're able to roll the other way, there's no shot for 2. Just where the guards are set up, it's really, really tough. And I don't know if it was worth it for Manitoba to chase if they were around that corner, but now it should be a fairly routine shot for Manitoba here through the hole to get their deuce.
Oh, even they would like to avoid the jam at the back in order to pick up 2. Still important to score in this end for Team Manitoba here with their last in N4.
Here, soft. Clean. 10. Clean. Do a little soft. Clean.
They avoid the jam, and that's a deuce, and they will take a commanding 7-1 lead after 4 ends of play. We'll be back with you after the 4th end break, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the Oakville Curling Club, home of the World Left-Handers and the host of the 2022 Canadian Under-18 Curling Championships. My name is Danielle Inglis, and I am joined by Owen Henry, who is a competitor in this event and will be heading off to the championship consolation final tomorrow. We are so glad that you're sticking around with us through the back half here. And your thoughts on the first half of this game so far?
Yeah, I think the scoreboard indicates what has been going on in the shot-making perspective. Manitoba is really taking control and took a commanding lead in the first end, and have kind of stuck with that through the next three. So it's been commanding for Manitoba, but definitely Newfoundland put a little bit of pressure on the Manitoba team last end, and I think if they're able to execute like they did last end, we might see a little bit of a comeback here.
And these two teams did actually square off in the first game of the round robin. It was Team Manitoba taking that win. It was entire score 7-3 was the final score for that game. But as you mentioned, we've seen some real moments of brilliance here from Team Newfoundland Labrador that last end. So if they can pull together a few of those shots there, and I mean, let's be honest, sometimes when you're down, you need a little bit of luck on your side too.
Exactly.
So a few shots, a little bit of luck, and this game could turn around.
Yeah, exactly.
We also have a few other games on the ice with us. Give you a quick update while we're playing the first part of this end. The girls' side, Team Quebec 2 up 5-0 over Team BC 2. Team Alberta 2 up 4-3 over British Columbia 1. Team Ontario 1 up 4-2 over Team Ontario 2. And PEI up 2-1 over Saskatchewan 1. On the boys' side, tight games. Newfoundland Labrador 2 currently holding a 3-2 lead over Quebec. And Team Saskatchewan 2 picking up 1 in the fourth, now leads 4-3 over Northern Ontario 2. We see Newfoundland Labrador kicking it off, putting those rocks in play. You can bet that at the break their coach was saying just throw everything in there. See what happens, right?
Yep, the more rocks in play, the better it is for Newfoundland and Labrador here in this situation. So, yeah, you hope that you can get your rocks in the house and try and get rid of those yellows or at least put them into the back of the house, kind of, and use them as catchers. Generate as many points as you possibly can.
Exactly. Just use everything to your advantage.
Exactly. Usually for with this type of lead, the Manitoba team has a little bit easier difficulty of shots, and the Newfoundland team, their degree of difficulty will go up a little bit. So we'll definitely see that over the next couple ends and see how both teams respond to that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Newfoundland, because of the hole that they've gotten themselves into, really nothing short of perfection is able to mount a comeback. But we did see they're back against the wall that last end, and they were up for the task.
Okay, thank God. Shoot their peel.
Any roll.
8-4.
Now an interesting situation. We're just talking about how much we should draw. However, with all of the yellows that were in the center, it made sense to try to move them around and talk about the level of difficulty. It was a shot they had to play to get that and stick around, and they did.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in this type of situation, and even when the game's a little bit closer, but you need to go aggressive when you have the hammer there to get kind of your 2 or maybe even a 3. Everybody is still trying to figure out what the perfect scenario is with the 5-rock rule, and sometimes when the team without the hammer makes those 3 good shots, they put 2 in the house and the 1 guard, it's pretty tough. So even though you want to keep drawing, you got to move the rocks around sometime, or they're going to pile up real quick.
And Manitoba continuing to pile them up into control zone.
Pew. Double peel.
So they're going to go for the double here, and actually if they execute it well, they should be able to get the double and stick the roll in behind.
Go, Katie, go, Katie. All you. You got it, you got it.
Got the hit, makes a double, and right out it goes. Didn't get the roll, but still a really nice result cleaning up. The house looks a whole lot better now.
Exactly.
What is she throwing? Back 8. Back 8.
Very aggressive call here. We wouldn't call this a scoreboard call.
No, I don't think so. I think this is a call that you take when the game's a little bit closer and you're looking to steal, but maybe Team Manitoba is ready to put this thing away. So calling a little bit more aggressive this end, maybe.
You know, I suppose do what keeps working for you.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way of putting it as well.
Not broke, don't fix it. But on the other hand, too, sometimes never hurts to have a peek at the scoreboard. But that worked out fairly well for them. They are now lane 2.
Yeah, really good result. Even though we were questioning it a little bit.
Well, and the reason why we're questioning it is this call right here, because they can run that red back and sit shot in behind a pile of guards if executed properly.
You got it. Do we got it?
They got the roll, but it will not stick around.
Oh, is it 9-5?
Have opened up the path to the 4-foot here. Behind, there's a few guards up there to look for, and you can see trying to help it curl. They do catch the back, lose the rock though in the process.
Maybe they got a little bit caught off guard with the difference in curl when with the weight. The ice is super weight sensitive. Even going from kind of 11 seconds hog to hog to a 9.5, you really need to tighten that ice up. And
those are the things when you play at a national championship and you get to experience ice that has that type of curl that is weight sensitive. That's mostly characteristic of arena ice. So this is similar-ish conditions to that, where it forces you to be more precise. So if you haven't experienced it yet, it can be a real learning experience.
For sure, yeah, and I think a big thing for my team is we watched a bunch of games on arena ice. We knew it was going to be a little bit different, but definitely similarities with the preparation here. And like I mentioned to you earlier, my team actually won the Oakville Optimist Spiel here at the start of the year, and we're seeing similar ice conditions, but even a little different at some points. So. We were seeing a little bit more curl on the hits, similar curl on the draws, but it's definitely a different atmosphere with the ice and everything around it, and just adapting is really key.
Yeah, very smart of you guys to spend that time looking at other games in the arena. And I mean, it's always nice when you get to play at the facility too before you come here.
So even though we were a little disappointed that we only had to go to Oakville for our national championship, the hotel is actually further away from the curling rink than one of my teammates' house is. But we were really happy that we were going to be in an atmosphere where we were comfortable, and we knew the building very well.
Yeah, you know what? There's something to be said for that too. I can understand that disappointment for sure. Been in the same boat with national championships being in the home province or world championships being in the home country. But like you said, there's that comfort level, the support from the fans. I bet you guys have been able to have more people come out to support you as well. And in the end, there's something special in that as well.
For sure.
But here's to hoping that your next national championship will take you further.
Exactly. Hopefully.
Where would you like to go curl, Owen, if you had a choice?
I don't know. I've been out west a couple times, and it's beautiful out there. Like I said, I was at a national championship for golf in Surrey, BC. So we toured around there. I've been to Calgary, but somewhere I'd want to be is maybe out east. I haven't been there yet, and heard really great things from my dad. Obviously, working for Curling Canada, has been to most of the events, and yeah, I really would like to go out east. But even also internationally, I think that would be very cool. Heard from a couple of guys on the tour that we play with, and they qualified to go on a trip to Switzerland right before COVID. The big TCA event, which is now the Canadian Junior Cup, is held in Whitby, I believe, or around there. And they were going on a trip to Switzerland, and he unfortunately wasn't able to go because of COVID. So he says, all right, guys, don't get in my way for that event, because I'm going to all my might's going into winning that event. So I think that would also be cool to go to an international event and participate in one like that.
Absolutely. Greg Cowan and his team trying hard to resurrect that Toronto Curling Association spiel. They always had the exchange with Switzerland, so he was bringing them back for this very same reason, for people to get excited about that kind of opportunity.
Yeah.
So here's for hoping for you.
Exactly, hopefully.
Okay, look up. You got like a top 8?
Trying to curl this one in there, bury it in behind. And looks like they got it. Trying to see how much of that rock they have, and it's not really much of any. So back to playing a tap.
That's where I gave you. Okay, so you're just on back 8? See? Okay. Yeah, I think there.
Now, they played this shot before.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. Earlier in the end, they played this little tap here, so they should be pretty close here and know the line, kind of the weight. Should be pretty close.
And when you're thinking about throwing a tap, really, especially on this ice where the rocks and the ice is super speedy, you're really only throwing where you want the rock to end up, plus about a rock. Maybe not even in this case, because it is so bouncy. So basically, draw weight here for Team Manitoba needed to advance this rock to the top 4. Sweeping it for line in, they do manage to tap it to top 4. As you can see though, that rock half exposed. It's not an easy shot though by any means.
For sure. But I think just judging by the scoreboard, you need to chase that one and stick around here to begin the comeback.
And they'll just need to stick around and biting the 8-foot.
I feel like it should move pretty well here.
Yeah.
It comes back to what we talked about how much the rocks react off of each other too.
Same ice.
Heard them talk about 11.5. So
Yeah.
it's about board-ish.
Okay.
I think with the speed this week, that's probably a solid board, I think.
So here we go, last rock, and 5 team Newfoundland Labrador looking to pick up their deuce.
Yep. Hard. Okay. Hard. Really hard, Kate. Wow. Hard. Don't curl.
Oh, they had some good weight on that, but looks like they might have even tapped at the Manitoba stone in for 2. So that will be a steal of 2 for Manitoba, and they will now have a 9-1 lead over Team Newfoundland and Labrador. We'll take a quick peek at the scores out on the ice. The girls' side, Team Quebec 2, up 5-1 over Team BC 1. Team BC 2. So on our second sheet, Team BC 1 has a 5-4 lead over Team Alberta 2. In the Battle of Ontario, Team Ontario 1 up 4-2 over Team Ontario 2. And it's PEI with a deuce and N5. They've got a 4-1 lead over Team Saskatchewan 1. Boys' side continues to be a tight battle. Team Quebec up 4-3 over Newfoundland Labrador 2. And Saskatchewan 2 with a steal of 1 in 5, now up 5-3 over Northern Ontario 2. And you can find all of those scores on Curling Canada's website, curling.ca/scoreboard. You know what? Some days, Owen, you just can't buy a shot. Some days that you wonder what you did to the curling gods.
Yeah, and those days you just gotta enjoy the moment, especially out here at the national championship. Enjoy that blue carpet and all the scoreboards and everything around it, and all your new friends from across the country.
Wise words. So I think Andy's gonna need to get you a blue carpet. You know what I've also been enjoying here, Owen, is watching the fans. They're not only out there cheering, they have every single noisemaker that Oakville has to offer, but they're also dressed up.
Yeah.
We have a man over here wearing an Ontario flag as a cape, Mad Hatter hat. We have PI with decked out in their green and purple. Curling blankets out here, flags.
We had a guy wearing an octopus mask last night taking pictures of us. I believe he was from our curling club, but it was an interesting look for sure.
Curlers certainly know how to do it up when it comes to dressing up.
Yeah, the fans have been great all week. They've been showing their support, and we've had to learn how to listen for our skip's voice, and even make it a little different from everybody else's, so that we could understand here on the ice. But
well, that's an interesting one, making it different. So how so?
Yeah. Well, our skip, he usually has like a little bit of a deeper voice, and so you can tell from the tone whether it's close or whether we really have to go or whether it's going to hit the guard. Then with our fifth stepping in, we had never really worked with him calling the game. So that was also a learning experience, and I think we did a really good job of figuring out what his voice sounded like from that other end and using the hand signals and stuff like that. It was a communication piece, and that was the most important, that we did a good job of that, and we were really proud of the way we adapted in the situation that we presented.
And so coming into this, did you sit down and have a team talk about communication, knowing that there would be potentially more distractions going on in the form of noise or even things off the ice?
We did, yeah. We actually, our last practice, our coach had a speaker in the club and put on fan music, like just kind of constant It wasn't loud enough and didn't really prepare us for it being this loud. But no, we were able to lock it out pretty good, especially my skip, actually, or my fourth rock thrower, Noah. We were playing one game and on sheet 7, right beside the fans, and the Alberta flag was waving over the fan side of the sheet, and we were throwing an out-turn draw coming towards the glass, which is on the other side of the sheet. And after the shot, he says, I said to him, "Did you see the flag when you're sitting in the hack over the ice?" And he's like, "There's a flag?" And so we were able as a team to really lock in, at least when we were shooting, to be able to lock out all the distractions and be able to focus in on our shot, which was really important.
That's some excellent concentration.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive because even I was dozing off like, hey, he's getting a little close to Noah's line here, but no, it's good.
Now you can throw peel.
So Team Newfoundland Labrador, they're throwing the corner guards, but now with Ware kind of back in the same situation of last end, that they've got to deal with some of the Manitoba rocks in the middle before they start using their corners, start throwing some draws. A nice shot by Sate.
Do you do this or do you peel? I didn't mind the peel, but whatever you like.
The ever-aggressive Manitoba team is at it again.
Yes, they are. And I mean, like you said last end, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? So.
Well, I mean, if they continue to put a guard on this rock, it would be really tough for Newfoundland and Labrador to make a move here. Though a bit more unconventional. Usually when you're up by this many points, you start looking at how to eliminate as many rocks as possible, perhaps looking at a double peel on the guards or something like that. But yep, you actually pointed out there, Owen, that if strategy will work if you execute the shot.
Exactly.
Alright, I like the 420.
So they did leave that rock exposed, though it is fairly tight. I like seeing that Newfoundland Labrador is going to ignore that and start using their corner guards.
Big thing for me is when we throw up the corners, I say, well, we're going to throw them there, we might as well use them, kind of thing, right? So
I could not love that statement more. The biggest thing is, yeah, if why bother throwing them if you're not going to use them, really?
Yeah.
And we've seen there's also a difference between trying to use them, maybe trying to throw some hidden rolls, versus completely ignoring them once you put them there. Like, we knew we need to put this there for something, but you really need to use them.
yeah, it's never good when you know you need to use them and then you throw them up, you throw the two corners, and then you're throwing the draw to the T line, in the center line. And you're like, oh, we did something wrong here. But
Live and learn.
exactly. We were having a conversation, or I was down in the lobby of the hotel, and coach for Team Ontario 1, Tim Lindsay, we were standing there together with the alternate for Team Ontario 1, and we had obviously lost to them earlier in the day, but pretty good guys, and we've been playing against them all season. So Tim brought up a good point, and he says, you know, there's 21 teams, and none of us really lost because we never had it in the first place, right? We all, like, if I lost a sock, well, I lost it off my foot, I lost the sock, but if you hadn't given me the sock yet, I hadn't lost it. So sure, there's going to be one person who wins this event, but we have to be proud of everybody's winners, kind of thing, because nobody's really losing. We're all learning and enjoying the experience, and honestly, it really took to me, and I'm like, Tim, you put that really well, and it was really eye-opening for me, and be able to put a little bit more perspective on the week and just enjoy it as a whole, kind of thing.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That is some phenomenal perspective.
Yeah.
So hope everyone listening to that takes that one to heart.
Yeah. So thank you, Tim, if you're listening. Thank you.
420. It's really
You can
close.
see Team Newfoundland Labrador ignoring those rocks around the center and going to throw around the corner again.
Really close.
Okay, you got a lot of room right now.
It's there.
Go if you can. Yeah, right to it.
Right to it.
And frozen right on.
So now for Team Manitoba, because they didn't peel the guards earlier, it might come back to bite them here. Depends how aggressive they want to get.
We can even hit them. It's pretty straight
Or
there.
do you want to throw that?
Well, yeah, it's pretty straight, no? They run straight here.
It is a little bit straight here, so they do have to be cautious about this one.
Yeah, and it didn't curl that much.
They're not going to come up to nose on this.
Yeah, I think this is one that you maybe play the hit, but it's the tolerance is inside, and you touch that guard, it's not the end of the world kind of thing.
Hard.
Hate to blow this by on the outside.
Caught by the guard. Hit it and it'll roll off. So that's about as good as they could do given that weight.
I think so, and with the score the way it is, I think that's totally okay, kind of
Like
thing.
this again, or do you like playing this?
I like that.
Okay. The only thing is, this one's going up here.
They're playing the hit now. Might even like seeing them wait just one more rock.
I think so. I kind of like the draw, but I almost like the hit and roll the other way, because I feel like to make the good roll, the Newfoundland team is never making the double. So I think if you were able to roll to the same side that you have your other one on, you might be able to generate a couple more points.
We've got the hit.
Exactly. Bit too much there?
9-5, yeah.
Just touched that yellow one. So the call is a hit and roll off of the rock in the top. I want to consider rolling that over in behind, choking off the guard, and also sitting shot rock. So that would be ideal. So then not only do you choke it off, you sit too, and that's a pretty powerful position.
You got it.
Yeah, my coach in our debrief today, Steve, he says, well, there's certain situations that if you're going to sit 2 or 3 or 4, you can't really argue with it sometimes, right? No matter where the rocks are in the house, so.
Yeah, you know, back to what you're leaving them, and it's pressure to throw against a whole pile of rocks.
Yeah, we in our round robin game against Team Alberta 2, Team Whip, we made him throw against 7 in the first end.
Wow.
He made his draw for 1, which was a little deflating. I will admit it was a little deflating, but it was good. We executed really well that end, and we're still able to pull out the game in the end. But yeah, it was pretty impressive to see 7 yellow rocks in the house.
So what happened to the 8th?
I can't remember. It wasn't my rock that rolled out. I remember that because actually a couple events ago we scored 7 and I was the rock that rolled out. So I made sure, I actually thought back to that and I'm like, nope, my 2 rocks should be in the house. I believe that they did take one out early in the end, and that's why it wasn't the 8th one in the house.
Always begs the question when there's 7, what happened to the 8th?
Yeah,
So I had to
exactly.
ask the question. But yeah, it sounds like you guys had a great start there.
Yeah, exactly. Put the pressure on for sure, and it was really impressive that he was able to calm his nerves, and he didn't even play a hit for 1. He played the just draw to the forefoot.
Nicely done. Now, speaking of a hit, Team Newfoundland Labrador looking for a hit and roll in behind the corner to sit 2.
10-3. Okay. There's no roll.
Got a little bit of a roll, but really hoping for a bit more of one.
Yeah. I want to stay shot though, so just.
So Manitoba also now looking for that roll, but good comment. You want to make sure you stay shot, and in that it's forcing the opposition to make the shot, not
Exactly.
you making it for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to say shot. I mean, even if I get. Yeah, I don't say shot. Yeah, have a hit or a draw for 2. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Got the hit, but not enough of a roll, so it'll be an open hit for 2 for Team Newfoundland Labrador.
You don't like them here? I really like having my supporters. All right. Ready to be loud? Ready to be loud?
Here we go, last rock, N6. Team Newfoundland Labrador looking to pick up their deuce with this hit. And that'll be good for the deuce. Score 9-3 after 6 ends of play. Teams taking a look at the scoreboard. It sounds like they will go one more. And at this point, I know, Owen, you have to leave and go do some important cheering out there for another team. But we thank you so much for joining us this game. It's truly been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much, Danielle. After doing the game yesterday, I really wanted to get back into the booth, and it was a great time. I had lots of fun, and it was great just chatting with you about curling.
Absolutely. Well, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Danielle.
And so we've got our full complement of sheets on the ice right now, and we'll take another peek at the scores. So our update on the girls' side, we have Team Quebec 2 up 5-1 over BC 2. Team Alberta 2 up 6-5 over Team BC 1. In the Battle of Ontario, it's Team Ontario 1 up 4-2 over Ontario 2. It's a tie game after Saskatchewan 1 takes 3 points in N6. So tied for all, Saskatchewan PEI. And in the boys' games, we've got Team Quebec 2 and 5 up 4-3 over Newfoundland Labrador 2. Few big steals by Team Saskatchewan 2. They now lead 7-3 over Northern Ontario after 6 ends of play. And we'd like to welcome to the booth Andrew Denny.
How are you, Danielle?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
Oh, not bad. I mean, probably not as good as Mr. Owen Henry, but I'll give it my letter best.
Well, can't believe this is the first time we've been in the booth together. We're coworkers.
I know, and we talk pretty much every day, so it feels a little weird to be in the booth, I'm not going to lie, but I think we can get used to it.
Have everyone hear our conversation now?
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll keep it game relevant, of course. And wow, what a fantastic job that Owen did. He's a real natural in this booth.
He is. If he ever ends up giving up curling here, he has chance. TSN. Keep your ears open.
Yeah, a lot of young talent coming through this booth this week. You know, we've got lots of people. There's going to be a few more rotating spots coming up in our upcoming games on Saturday. So we're looking forward to that as well. What do you think, Danielle? Are you doing color, or do you want me to be the color for you?
Where are we at here? I've been kind of a hybrid of Vic and Cheryl over here. So, play her off. I think you want to take color for a little bit here?
Sure, why not?
Love it.
Third.
Speaking of which, been really impressed with Newfoundland and Labrador so far. You know, though the scoreboard is not reflecting just how talented they are, they're calling all the right shots that a team should call from behind in the scoreboard. You know, playing their corner guards, and like, you know, you and Owen had a great discussion about that earlier. And they're not shy to get a little aggressive with it as well, so you love to see that.
Absolutely do. And again, once they really got their backs up against the wall, that's when we saw the good shots come out. And you know what? That's what these championships are all about, is really learning. And if you're not the one winning it at the end of the day, you're learning. And bet these teams are going to come out of this with a whole lot more perspective and knowledge.
Certainly a lot of experience as well, as you've played in a couple of nationals, and I mean, you've even won a world championship. I'm sure you won't forget that for a long time. So
no, absolutely not. And you learn something at every single one. And we'll point out that you've also competed in a few provincials and nationals in your time as well.
Yeah, lucky to be in the right place at the right time, throwing lead bricks for a lot of very talented skips. So big shout out to my good friend Greg Balsner of the Greater Toronto area as well. Always love seeing Greg, and
3:30.
really fun when your skipper can really take care of business with the 7-8 rock.
Do love that. So Team Newfoundland Labrador hoping they can take care of some business this end. They said, we heard them say at the break, you're looking at the scoreboard, debating what to do, and Skip said, let's go one more. But you know, how many times have teams say, oh, let's just go one more? The opposition thinking, oh man, we've got to keep this up for another one. They might give up a big one, and all of a sudden you have a game and you end up playing more than one.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is never quit. And never quit is more of a mentality. Sometimes, you know, when things aren't going your way, it's okay to just sort of shut it down, you know, cut your losses and say, hey, let's move on to the next one from a mental standpoint. But, you know, you just came off a deuce in 6th, then you're lined up to have hammer here in the 8th if the steel campaign doesn't go very well. We've seen a lot of 4s, a lot of 5s getting tossed around at this event, so why not? You know, you flew all this way, you may as well try it.
And you know what? That's exactly why there is, in this competition, you have to play a minimum of 6 ends. And that's the very reason for it. That's also something that's in play at national championships too. And it's to encourage people to keep trying, because you never know when you could. At some points you may just want to give up, but this sort of forces that mentality in some ways.
And right on cue, Manitoba #1 flashing appeal, so Newfoundland's got something cooking now.
And you know what? They did a good job in the last end in capitalizing on some of the misses for Manitoba, which is exactly what they'll need in this end too.
4:10.
Yeah, you figure if you can steal at least 1 or 2 here, and at least puts you in something remotely close or remotely resembling striking distance. No quit in this Newfoundland and Labrador rink.
Start 12.
I know a few Newfies, and yeah, they don't quit either, so.
No, they don't. They're a great group of people.
I think the fist bumps. Thank you.
Again, this is a good chance for Manitoba to show their resilience and to be put in this situation where they're maybe feeling like they have the game, but they really have to work for it.
Yeah, jamming that peel a little bit too thick. Not going to help their chances a ton. It's going to give Newfoundland a little bit more shrapnel to work with. My apologies. I just ate a muffin, so my mouth is all gummed up.
420 and 415, I like.
It's calories by any means at these events, and
Okay,
True. Thank goodness Tim Hortons is one of our national sponsors.
no kidding.
You're back 4.
Love that chocolate chip muffin.
Ooh, yes. Not to mention some coffee. These are long days out here, and on that note, we should give a shout out to everyone in behind the scenes here. You've got Chris Way, the manager at the Oakville Curling Club. Have the ice crew team, Scott Foster and his crew, out here working every draw. You've got Helen Radford, event manager behind the scenes here, in every hour of every day. And also we have people like Bill Shearhart, Morris Wilson, the coach mentors, plus all of the officials. The officials barely get a break throughout this entire week, and they don't get paid to do it either. So they're doing this out of the goodness of their hearts, really. They do it because they love it. They love the sport, giving back to the sport. They love supporting the young athletes out here. So kudos to everyone in behind the scenes. Not to mention our hardworking broadcast crew here for 3 draws a day all this week. It's a grind out there. So thank you for everyone for their hard work.
Yeah, the IKS Live guys make it look real easy. And I'm actually stationed inside the officials' room writing reports and doing some minor web updates. And it is chaos in there at times. You'll go in there, you got to dance around people, watch where you step, watch who you look at, or else you get your head taken off.
It's the war room.
I'm kidding, the officials are lovely.
Got a lot of weight on it.
See, really just getting it by the guard.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Got a lot of weight on it.
Got some weight, but it will stop to sit 3.
That's a pretty good shot. Yeah, maybe a little heavy, but like, look how lined up that is. That's really nice, and the angles are perfect for Newfoundland as of right now. I'm sure Manitoba was wishing they had conceded in the 6th at this point, but Newfoundland giving them all they can. You'll love to see it. And really one of those games too where 9-3 doesn't really seem to tell the whole story. You know, a couple of bad luck shots kind of coming back to bite the team representing the Rock.
Well, you know, it really does come down to that first end too. Just got them behind the 8 ball, and that's we did say if you're going to drop a 4, it'd be the first end, but you never really want to drop a 4 and have to come back from that. It's a big mountain, big mountain. But they are trying their best here.
Yeah, and depending on your perspective, there's an old adage I remember being taught as a youngster, is that you can't win a game early, but you sure can lose one. So Newfoundland is putting that to the test right now, and they're giving Manitoba all they can handle here in the 7th.
Now, what's interesting about this situation, too, is where the guards are placed. So there's one longer guard up here, of course, guarding the 2 red ones. But see that yellow one that's just over the hog line? That's creating some problems for Manitoba. It's choking off that left side of the sheet for them. And the right-hand side, of course, is being taken up by Team Newfoundland and Labrador, and they're going to be choking off even further after this sheet.
Yeah,
this shot, excuse me.
It's going to be tough for Manitoba to do anything with their final stone. Like you said, both draw paths are impeded right now. Newfoundland is going to
410.
look like they're going to play the counterclockwise side of this sheet and really gum things up.
Back 8.
And why not? You know, that high guard is not much of a risk on a hit weight shot, but it certainly is a problem on a draw weight shot.
And this is going to slip behind the tee line, but stay in there.
410.
That is slick. Is that backline to hog timing? 410? I think I heard a couple ends ago they were drawing to the wing and they're telling their skipper to throw like 420 or so.
Yeah, it is fast out here. It's been about average 15.5 hog to hog. It is speedy.
That's slick ice.
Yeah, follow the hack.
And probably most of these athletes using 1/4-inch sliders would be my guess. So you really do have to fall out of the hack. That thicker Teflon really maintains your momentum as you're kicking out of the hack. Really helps stabilize your draw weights if you can throw it slow enough here.
But that's a high guard. If I get by there, it'll curl. I get the guard.
Manitoba weighing their options, it looks like. Maybe a timeout being called now. We saw Big T go up, but
I get the guard. What's she going to guard? These two? Then I have.
yeah, timeout being called here on 6.
So we'll see Coach Craig Tarrick make his way out here. So he is not only coach but father to Zoe and Tessa. Coaches them in both curling and baseball. So let's have a listen into what he has to say.
When those two guards were there, what if you hit this one that way and the front goes wide and top, at least you get one of them, right? Like, you're fast, but I think we'll come through the center like Cassidy, okay? And we get the guard, we get the guard.
Throw what?
Or normal, like throw your hand, okay? It'll curl. I mean, Cassie's just curling, okay? Pick it, we have to throw enough weight to get it out, all right? And that way, if we hit the guard, we're getting rid of the guard, right? Then we'll have something open at the last. Hopefully they only get 2 and then we'll fill. We're just eliminating. Okay? Because that other also want that easy or something, right? Okay?
Good time out there from Manitoba talking about their options. They're going to try and attack that guard or that stone that's in the forefoot. And they said, if you get the guard, you get the guard. Always good to have an option. You said he coached baseball as well?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, he does.
He is a much kinder man than most of my baseball coaches growing up. They use very colorful language. And that sure stuck with me as I was a youngster hurling on the mound.
Goodness, so who knows? There are a lot of athletes that are both baseball and curling athletes. Yourself and a few of the players out here.
It's more common than you think. Immediately you think of Nolan Thiessen.
Looks like this one's going to be on the guard, but that was their plan B all along.
Plan B stands for plant best, so nothing to worry about.
Nothing like a good plan B, but when you call it and make it, yep. Team Newfoundland Labrador, they'll be looking to replace that guard, though I suspect they'll be wanting to put that a little bit tighter to the ring so that that kind of hit won't be there.
Yeah, like middle 12 and 8.
Yeah. So you throw 4
Placing
times,
this
throw 4
stone in the house, all of a sudden Manitoba's going to be looking at 4, and it doesn't matter who you are. There's nothing feels good, you know, about looking at 4 when you're in the hack with the brick in your hand. That's exactly where they want to be.
Last rock for Team Newfoundland Labrador, and then 7 Team Manitoba with the hammer.
409. Rock! Back! 4! It's there. It's all there and more. It's like back 4, back 8. Always gate, always gate. Whoa. Whoa? I'm feeling we suffocated.
Well, they willed that one to stop. But it will leave this center line rock open.
And great decision there from Newfoundland and Labrador sweepers. Right away, they thought it was a little spicy. You know, got a split time that they were recognizing, and the rock passed the what we call the smell test in the sweeping community. And it certainly matched the speed of the split time, so brooms are up, and that rock stops in a nice spot.
So against 4, it'll be Team Manitoba with a hit for the single.
There's off! Yeah. Hard.
Sweepers picking this one up right out of the hand. Need to avoid taking the top rock. And they will. That'll be good for the single and good for handshakes. Final score 10-3. Congratulations, Team Manitoba, the C1 Constellation Final winners. Join us tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for the girls' final. And on behalf of myself, Danielle Inglis, my co-host, Owen Henry, Andrew Denny, and our entire crew here at the Oakville Curling Club, we wish you a good evening.